What's up, yo gang?
First off, I want to give my mom a special thanks for allowing me to come over and use her kitchen.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to cook a very, I'm not even gonna say special, but it's one of my favorite meals. It is the Cajun style seafood cornbread dressing. If you don't know about it, you at the right place, because I'm gonna show you how to do it. Now, I got a few ingredients on here. It may look a little overwhelming because we got a lot going on. I got everything up here except for the protein, what it is we will be using, but you got to stick around for that. I'm excited. I know y'all excited. Look like y'all like to eat just like I do, so don't go far. You don't want to miss this. All right, yo gang, we're back. Now listen, we're not going through all that from scratch cornbread. We just going to use the good old Jiffy Cornbread mix and follow the instructions exactly as the box says. All right, so you want to do this first because that is going to kind of take the longest to cook, and you want your cornbread to be kind of cool before you start maneuvering with it. All right, so I'm gonna do a small pan because I don't want to make too big of a pan because it can get out of control quickly. So we got 2 boxes of Jiffy Cornbread mix. The box calls for 1 egg and 3/4 cups of milk. So we got 2 boxes, so I got 2 eggs. Let me just use my knife. It's 1 egg. I'm gonna put this in here and 2 eggs. And we're gonna put that in there. Wipe my hands. And 3/4 cups of milk. I use whole milk. I need all the fat. To me, people say they can't tell the difference, but you wanna just don't do too much. That's 1. And 2. All right, I'm not gonna add any oil or anything else. Like I said, follow the box. Okay, I preheated my oven. I believe it said 350. No, it says 400 degrees. So I need to take that up a little bit. Okay, 400 degrees. Make sure your oven is preheated. All right, let me get a fork, and we're going to start mixing this. I like to let my cornbread mix sit for a little bit before I actually put it into the oven because it gets a little fluffier. And I'll show you that once we get to that point. All right, it's mixed pretty well. You want to get all your lumps out. I said follow the instructions exactly as it says, and I did the opposite. It called for 1/3 cup, not 3/4 cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, gradually add in another box of the mix until we get it thickened. Now, no, I don't measure anything. But we're just going to look for the consistency of, I thought it was a little runny. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't looking right. All right, y'all, make sure y'all read the directions properly. And because I added almost another box, yeah, I'm gonna have to add in another egg. Yeah. Dang it. That's all right. We improvise on this channel, remember? All right, so now that looks much better. Much, much better. Let me grab one more egg. Trash together in a minute. And just beat that in. All right, that's perfect now. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sure you can't see that. Much better. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for a second while I prep my pan. I'm just gonna put this to the side. I don't need that fork anymore. This is trash. And this can go in the sink. So I'm gonna just let that sit and we'll be right. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and I have my pan. I did not want to make more than this, but it's, I guess you don't have to use all of your cornbread mixture if you don't want to make that much. But in this case, I'm not going to use it all. I'll just use the rest of it for something else. All right, so I have my pan. It's clean, and I'm going to grease my pan. Some oil, because I do not want my cornbread to stick. You can do it how you choose. You can put the oil in there. You can move it around. You can use a paper towel like this and distribute it everywhere. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Whatever makes you comfortable is just fine. All right, let's make sure we get in these corners. And no, I'm not wiping it away. I'm just moving it around. Okay. Put this in the trash. All right, so I'm just gonna set this aside and I'm gonna start working on my vegetables. So we're gonna cut up all of our vegetables so that when we get started on the stove, everything is done and we can just start adding everything together to make our base for our Cajun style seafood dressing. Don't go far. All right, so our vegetables that we're gonna use celery, we're gonna use yellow onion, green bell pepper, and red bell pepper. You can use as much or as little as you want. This is not set in stone. If you don't like either one of those, you don't have to use it. Use whatever it is that you like. So let's cut up this red pepper. I want it to be quite small because just my choice. Again, you do it however you want. If you want bigger vegetables, chunks, whatever, you just do it as you please. But me, I'm going to cut them quite small. So I'm going to cut them into strips and then we're going to dice them. Let's get that vein out. How are you guys doing today? What are y'all cooking for dinner or lunch? Or I'm not sure what time it is right now or what time it is that you guys are going to be watching this, but this is going to be dinner. Oh, let's use this too. Let's not throw it away. All right, so now we're just going to dice them up. Just a bit. Oh. I just sharpened my knife. Let me do that again. didn't help much. All right. I believe I'm not Cajun or from New Orleans or anything like that, but I believe this is called the Holy Trinity. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. And if I'm missing something in this Trinity, let me know what the combination is for the Trinity. But this is my combination for my Cajun style. Shrimp. Listen to me, shrimp. I done gave it away. I didn't even tell y'all what I was using, but snuck that in there. Y'all wasn't supposed to hear that. Okay. Y'all, like I tell y'all, I'm not a professional. I'm not a chef. I just feel like I'm pretty good at what it is that I do in the kitchen. All right, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up for me. Thank you. How are you guys doing today? If I didn't speak to y'all in the chat, I apologize. I'll make sure I'll get to you. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. The green pepper. Oh, all right. I want that to go flying everywhere. All right, that's good. I'm not going to cut up anymore. I'm going to keep this, put this aside. My onions. Oh, don't do that. Of course, it's not cooperating. I need them to stay stacked, so when I spin it around, I can cut them nicely. Let's put these back. Like so. Spin it around this way. Same for the next piece. Now you don't want to act right because they're watching you. Like onion, so I am most likely going to use all of the onion that I have here. This one, I don't like that piece. All right, it looks like this might be enough. Yeah, this is gonna be enough. So that was 1.5 onions and my celery. Celery is a little, I'm gonna say a little not with it today, but it's fine. It's being cooked with. It's not going in a salad or anything. So limp celery is just fine. Alright, we're almost done with our celery. And this is pretty much all you need for your base. If you want to add anything else, you're more than welcome. If you want to use orange bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, it's perfectly fine. If you just want it to be a little festive looking. Okay, now I am going to need my pan. My pan, let me rinse it. This way since our counter is pretty busy. All right, I didn't talk about what the protein was that we were going to be using. I have about, the package said a pound, which I don't think this is even a pound, of cooked crawfish. We have raw white shrimp, and we have lump crab meat. So this is our protein that we will be putting into our Cajun style seafood cornbread dressing. All right, but before we move on, let's look at this cornbread mixture. All right, I did say it was going to get a little fluffy. Had I let it sit a little longer, it would have gotten fluffier, but we don't have time for that because we need to get this in the oven. All right, this is our oiled pan. As you can see, it's nice and greasy. And I am just going to cornbread mixture into our pan. Well, this might be just enough. Y'all, I am glad I did all 3 boxes because it is just enough. My favorite tool in the kitchen, y'all take notes. My favorite tool in the kitchen is the spatula. Y'all hold on to that. Y'all don't know when y'all might need that again. Okay. Oh, that's a perfect amount. Let me wash my hands up really quick. Oh, I got cornbread in my pan. Take that out. You never want the handle hanging off the stove. It can be a pretty bad accident. So I'm going to turn that back. Turn my burner on 2. And we are going to add this into the oven. Like so. And how long does it say, yo? It says for 15 to 20 minutes until golden brown. So let's set our timer for, let's say, 20 minutes before we forget. Okay, so I have my pan is nice and hot. I'm going to start off with some butter. Why not? Let's put 2 sticks of butter. Again, you do what you like, or you can do what I like. Here's another spatula, a different style. Oh! Don't do that. Let me clean this up. All right, you can get your butter nicely melted. Should I turn this light on for y'all? Does that make it better? All right, while that melts, let me get some of this stuff out of my way. And to this, you are going to add your vegetables. Let's crank this up just a little bit. You don't want it to be too hot because you don't want to burn the butter. The butter burns very quickly. All right. So, let me just put this here. I am going to add my vegetables. My hands. All right, some people don't like to cook down their vegetables first. I like to cook them down because it releases all the flavors in the vegetables. Meaning, oh, how did I forget? Garlic. I don't have any minced. I haven't been on, haven't had any time to get in here and mince some fresh garlic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grate it into the pan. Be careful with your fingers because it hurts. Again, a little or as much as you like. How did I forget garlic? Oh, these clothes are so small. I would have had this already grated in my refrigerator. You just put it in your food processor. To keep it from spoiling, you just add a little bit of olive oil, just a touch of olive oil and some salt. And it would preserve the garlic for you in your refrigerator for quite some time. All right, these cloves are pretty small. So I am going to have to keep going. right, let's do about 2 more. Smells nice. All right, let's get all this off. And this, yeah, that's perfect. All right, everybody's in here happy. Cook these down till they get a little translucent. I don't want them to be crunchy in my dressing, so I am going to cook these down. All right, if you guys remember watching my Cajun pasta, we are going to treat this very similar to the Cajun pasta as far as the seasonings go. So we can start, let's turn this down a little bit because I don't want it to cook too fast because I still got to cut up my shrimp. All right, so we are going to hit it with a little bit of Old Bay. Some chili powder. Some garlic powder. Some onion powder. Some paprika. I like regular paprika versus the smoked paprika. You can use what you like. And some cayenne pepper. And of course, some Tony, I can't pronounce the, I'm not even gonna try. Some Tony seasoning, just a little, because I wanna use some Louisiana as well. Why isn't that coming out? And some Louisiana Cajun seasoning. All right, let's stir this up. Take a look at this, y'all. I wish I could smell it. Turn this down. This burner is a very hot, it has 2 settings. You got the speed boil and the regular setting, and I have it on that speed heat, so I'm going to turn it down to 1. Don't go far, guys. We'll be right back. All right, y'all, so my timer just went off. I pushed that off of the stove for a second because I don't want no problems. All right, there she is. Yeah, some nice golden brown cornbread. I'm gonna put it right here. Let that cool. I'm gonna keep my oven on because once everything is mixed, I'm gonna put the mixture back into the oven. Got it? Okay. All right, so now I am going to move on to my shrimp. They are clean and deveined. Okay, so I'm moving on to my shrimp. They are already peeled and deveined. I do not use my same cutting board that I cut my vegetables with. I do not cut any meat, fish, anything on that because I do not want to cross-contaminate my boards. So I'm using my board that I would use to cut my meat. And I would relatively not use a wooden one, but that's what we're using today. All right, so I'm gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces. So I'm just gonna curl it in half and then cut the back in half. All right, so I'm gonna half this way and then half this way. So you're gonna get 4 pieces out of that shrimp. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is about 1 pound of shrimp. Let me get rid of this. I am going to just set that aside. And I will be cooking these shrimp first. Let me wash my hands. All right, we're gonna put this back on the heat really quick. I'm gonna bring it back up to temperature, and then I'm gonna add my shrimp. My shrimp are raw. Like I said, they've already been washed and deveined and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna fully cook them right away. So I'm just gonna do like a flash fry because I am going to put it back into the oven so that's more heat so we don't overcook our shrimp. Unfortunately, our crawfish are already cooked, and we have some lump crab, swimming crab meat, wild caught, that we will be adding as well. All right, we got some sizzle here. Let me push that aside a little bit and throw these shrimp in here. This ain't making no sound like I want to hear. I don't want to put no water in there. Come on, stove. There you go. All right, we're gonna cook these down until they get kind of light pink. Yeah, my stove is on. What you gonna do? All right, there you go. All right, so that's our shrimp. We're going to add the crawfish. The crab I'm going to add last because I don't want to break up the meat too bad. Or too much. Okay. So once it starts looking like this, the crawfish, like I said, are already cooked. You are going to put a can of cream of celery and a can of cream of shrimp into that. Wish I can get a little more sizzle before we move on, but oh, geez, I forgot 2 things. I am so sorry. Let's back that up a little bit. I forgot to add my sage, and I forgot because I just bought it, so it wasn't open. So I skipped it earlier, and we're supposed to go back to it. All right, so it's never too late. Take this off because that's not working. A little bit of sage. And a little bit of dry thyme. Is it thyme or is it thyme? Let me know. How do you pronounce it? If I can get it open. Okay. Just, that's too much. Just a little bit. Let me put that back. All right. Make this all happy. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty with the camera. All right. So now I'm going to add my cream of shrimp. And my cream of mushroom. Give me a second. At the same time. But girl, we are cooking. Hold on, I'll put you on speakerphone because I'm gonna have you featured in my. Oh, you need to ask me what I'm cooking first.
What are you cooking? I
am cooking some Cajun style seafood dressing, cornbread dressing.
That sounds good. Did you tell? Oh, we know.
Right.
Cajun style.
Cajun style, yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
Girl, don't cuss because you on film.
Oh, I'm not gonna cuss because you know, no, I don't do that type of stuff.
All right, y'all. So we already added our cream of shrimp and our cream of mushroom, and my bestie's on the phone. But Bestie, I'm gonna have to let you go.
Okay.
And I'll call you back.
Guys. All right, bye. Call me back.
Okay, later.
Bye.
All right, so we got that going. My fire's up too high, and I need to add some. I would have chosen seafood stock, but they didn't have any, so I have to use vegetable broth. No big deal. Just let that go in there. That is about half. All right. Ooh, y'all. This is going to be amazing. I'm gonna have to let this spatula go and get me a spoon because I don't need no burning. Let me turn my fire down. Okay. Alright, is that everything, yo? I think so. So at this point, no, yes, at this point, you want to taste to make sure. Y'all, I did not put not one bit of black pepper in here. But let me get, oh, that don't need no black pepper because it's already spicy. I was going to add some black pepper, but we not. All right, I'm going to stretch this just a little more. Again, you can replace all of the seafood with chicken. I don't know if I would use pork or beef or anything like that, but you can replace anything that you don't eat or like with anything that you do like. All right, so at this point, this is done. I'm going to turn my fire off and I am going to add my crab. Why are you adding the crab at the end? Why didn't you put it in together with everything else? I am going to tell you by experience, crab meat is very, very delicate. So if you maneuver it too much, you are going to lose the consistency of the crab. And it's just going to be like, just, you're not going to be able to find it. So I'm just going to flake this again, not breaking it up too much. So that is going to be a total of 16 ounces because these cups are 8-ounce cups. And I have 2. Hold on. Let me open this other one if I can. All right, my fire's off. My stove is off. I'm sorry, that was very Caribbean. Cut the fire off. Or the fire up too high. All right, it's off. That's trash. Clean up. These are trash. This is trash. All right, I'm gonna close this up and move this out of the way. All right. Oh, I wish y'all can smell this. Okay, see how I'm not really fooling with the crab too much? I'm getting the liquid and folding it into the crab. Okay. That's done. Now, let's take that off the heat completely. Now we have our cornbread. It's still quite warm, but it's okay. The pan is cool enough to touch. Let me get a glove. Because we are going to break up this cornbread. All right, nothing fancy. The corn, I did do my little done check with a toothpick, and my cornbread was done. So just gonna break this up like this. Oh, I'm making a mess. And it's hot, very hot. Very, very hot. Just crumble it up. Ouch. All right, guys, let me finish crumble this up and clean up this mess that I just made. I'll be right back. All right, so we have our cornbread all crumbled up nicely, like so. And now I am going to spoon in. Sorry, that's my Chihuahua. She's 15 years old. She's blind and she's deaf, and she doesn't like being in her kennel. And she's not even in a kennel. She's in like a pen, a playpen style. All right, I'm gonna spoon this in like this. I can't lift this pan, it's too heavy. Let's do that like that so we don't make a mess. Get some more of this liquid. That's the most important part. Okay, Fifi. Oh, she's sad. Okay. Now I'm going to start incorporating the seafood mixture into my cornbread. You want to keep adding it until the cornbread is completely saturated with... God, if I can lift this, it would have been easier. Okay. Keep mixing. Make sure all your cornbread is covered, just like you would do traditional dressing. And you don't have to put it all in, which I'm not gonna put it all in because I want to use some of this as my gravy for on top of my dressing. And just keep stirring that in. Mix, mix, mix. All right, make sure you get down underneath. See how I keep having some spots that's not coated? Like that. Me personally, I do not like very wet dressing. I like my dressing to be firm, but not dry, if you can understand what I'm saying. All right, let me add a little bit more liquid. Maybe if I used a spatula, it would be easier. Let's try that, because I don't like how this is rubbing the bottom of this pan. Yes, much easier. Now I can feel what it is that I'm doing. Fold it in. See, we had some spots that was still dry. Oh, don't want to lose that. Okay. So, like I said, it's wet, but it's not runny. This is the consistency that I like. If you like it to be more moist, you're more than welcome to add more liquid to it, but I prefer it not to be so wet. All right. Get rid of this. And I am going to, see, it still has a little jiggle to it. I'm gonna add this back to the oven. I'm gonna watch it for about 30, 35 minutes. I feel like 40 is gonna be too much. So about 30, 35 minutes, but while we wait, I'm gonna clean up and we'll be right back, all right? So we are about 40, let me get some minutes. Sorry I didn't let y'all in that one. I was checking it periodically, and she is done. She's nice and brown, like me. And I am so ready to taste. Let me get a plate. Y'all ready? I am. And we're going to scoop this out. Oh, y'all. And of course, hold on, I can get a separate spoon. I used the wrong spoon, but anyway, I'm gonna get a little bit of my gravy that I kept aside. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cajun style seafood cornbread dressing. All right, let's taste. Y'all, as y'all can tell, we inside today. I want to thank my mother for allowing me to use her kitchen on this one. Cheers. Y'all, you guys definitely have to try this and let me know what you think. This is so good. Look at all that. Look at the crawfish, the shrimp, the crab. It's hot. I'm scared to burn my mouth. Food make me dance. Yo, gang, thank you guys so much for joining me on this. On another will be the next episode. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Yoki's Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed, Yo Gang. Again, if you have not checked out www.yokegang.com, please make sure you check out the website. Get you a t-shirt. Get you a gun bag patch. I might just have to put on some aprons and some cooking stuff on there. But anyway, you guys already know I love y'all to pieces. Peace.